What up, TSG members and YouTubers? I would like to welcome you to the first ever TSG video podcast. I'm your host, Jessmunk69, aka The Walrus, aka James, whatever you want to call me, asshole, cool, whatever. This is here to address some things that's going on with TSG, what's going on with the YouTube videos. There's been some issues with recording the YouTube videos. That's the reason why I haven't been able to up lately. So I think since like February 20th, but I'm back on my grind on that now. So we'll most definitely have videos coming up soon. Maybe as soon as tonight, after I finish this podcast. Onto the TSG members, what up? Shout out to Tonic, shout out to Jersey Rebel. Anyway, let's get started. Recently, in our Mad League, there's been a lot of people not playing. A lot of people. Advanced Day come around and you gotta bug people and harass people, and it's not something we're about. We're not in the hand-holding business. The TSG conglomerate, Jersey, Tonic, and I are gonna go far. We're gonna take this thing far. It's just up to y'all if y'all decide if y'all wanna do it or not. Now, if you don't, that's cool. Some of y'all been around for a long time. But one thing we're not gonna let y'all do is hold the leagues hostage for whatever y'all want, or just sit there and blase. I know I wasn't around for a little bit, some personal stuff, some other stuff, but I'm back. You was gonna see me. I've been on a lot more, been around a lot more, because we're trying to reestablish the TSG and get it off the ground. Now, the thing is, I don't think a lot of people understand what being a sim gamer is. Most people think, in our leagues I believe, that being a sim gamer means you play by the rules. Which is true, you want to play by the rules. But sim gaming is a style. Sim is a style. It's trying to be realistic. It's trying to be like life. Sim is a way of playing. It's not just following the rules. The rules, there's a guideline that you know you should and shouldn't do. In a perfect world, we would have one. We'd all be like, okay, this is right, this is wrong. Simulation is doing something as real life. Simulation isn't using exploits or stealing, using glitches, or oh, it works in Madden, so it works and it's by the rules, so let me do it. No, it works and it's by the rules, but is it realistic? Some of that stuff is like, Madden 12, the draw. It seems like a lot of people have fallen in love with the draw. They'll run it 15 times a game. They'll run it on first down, second down, third down. It's not realistic. The draw is meant in passing situations or neutral downs to suck a defense in, because they think that you're passing, so you sucker them and you run. Well, if you have a 2,000-yard running back, or you run all the time, a defense is not going to get suckered in thinking that you're going to run it, pass it, and then run it. They're not going to. It's not football. You have a few teams, Patriots, Saints, I know there's probably other teams I'm leaving out, that are pass-heavy teams. By pass-heavy, I mean 60% pass teams. And those teams you'll see out on first down, they might run a draw on first down, but they won't do it 15 times on first down. They won't do it 15 times in a game, because on a high percentage of time they throw the ball. So at any given time you can sit there and be like, oh well, wait, they're gonna throw, so you're gonna be in the coverage defense. So they bring you out in 3 wide, and then they want to run you up the middle. Now, you're not gonna see it all the time. You're not gonna see teams do it a lot. Most of the times you see it as third and long situations, stuff like that, because people aren't expecting it. Football is a chess match. It's do something when somebody's not expecting it to happen. Which brings me to the next point. The play action. Play action is cool. Play action happens all the time. But you will not ever see a team, never see a team do a play action on a 3rd and 8 because it doesn't make sense. And I know I'm talking in absolutes here, and you shouldn't talk in absolutes, but I honestly can't recall a time when I've seen a team 3rd and 8 do a play action bootleg to somebody and throw it because the dude's wide open. It doesn't happen because the play action is to fake the run and to pass it. Well, guess what? If it's 3rd and 7, no defense is in their right mind thinking, hey, you're going to run. That's why draw play works. That's why play action shouldn't work, because you're not going to bite on the run. What people have tended to fall in love with doing is, hey, I've got a new quarterback that's got a 95 play action rating, so I know that if I play action in a passing down that I need a pass, if I do a play action with it, the dudes are going to fall off because that's how Madden works. That's not football. That's playing Madden. That's not playing Sun. It's not. Think about that. Why would a team, if it's 3rd and 12, bite on a run because they have to run for 12 yards? They're not going to. They're going to stick to discipline on their pass. Now, people who just sit there and do that because of whatever reason, the play action works, this works, that works, exploitation, man. And exploitation is not sin. Another exploitation thing that a lot of dudes are doing and thinking it's cool. Okay, some running backs have tended to run backwards. Barry Sanders brings it to mind. Barry Sanders also had the most negative plays from the line of scrimmage in NFL history. Now we got some of these cats that because they know the pursuit angles on Madden are messed up, or that, you know, you can cut on a dime and do some unworthy superhuman Superman stuff to where you can run straight to the left and then cut straight up, which is impossible. It's physically impossible. You got to actually make a cut, and you're going to slow down before you speed back up to accelerate out of that cut. So what some people have tended to do is let me angle backwards a little bit and run out and then run up. Well, that's not simulation. You might see it a handful of times. So I can see it as a primary style of running. I don't know how many of you play football, but in football, even if you watch a lot of football, they'll tell you, and you'll hear the analysts say, man, these runners need to run north and south. Remember that east to west dance and stuff, no running backwards. That stuff gets you benched in football. That stuff makes it to where you're not on the field in football. And that's what some people need to realize. That's not football. Now, if you're running to the right on a toss play and you're being heavily pursued and you can't cut up field in, yeah, that's a time when you do go backwards. You do try to spin, you do try to juke, you do try to do whatever to get yourself back on the field. That's what Barry Sanders is famous for. He'd go outside, bounce it outside, there'd be a dude there, he'd turn and spin around backwards and spin to the other side. And then he'd, either make it or get a play. He wouldn't sit back there and just run backwards on purpose, because the quickest way from one point to the other is a straight line. And with that, you don't see running backs in the backfield juking air. That doesn't make sense. Why waste the motion? Because once again, when you juke, you have to slow down and speed up back into the cut, and that's precious seconds. And football is a game of seconds. It's a game of inches, as Al Pacino said in Any Given Sunday. So why would you waste precious seconds and inches to do something that's meaningless? And the reason why people do it in Madden is because, hey, if I juke in the backfield, 5 defenders will fall for the juke, and they're not even around it. A safety 20 yards away would fall for the juke, maybe fall down. That's not playing football. That's playing Madden. That's not being a simulation kind of guy. Cut that out. It's crap. That's why I laugh. I see some elite players, some players that think they're good or are good, who do a bunch of this stuff and then claim, look how great I am. No, you're not great. You know how to play Madden. You don't know how to play simulation football. You know how to take advantage of the game. You know how to play simulation football. Now that's not to say that you can't do a bunch of tosses or dives or powers and this, that, and the other, because some teams predicate their offenses on certain things. For example, the Indianapolis Colts, when Peyton Manning was there, which seems weird to say now, this is a Bronco, which is crazy. But anyway, I digress. They ran 3 run plays: stretch left, stretch right, and basically a dot. That was their 3 run plays. Now, did they come out in the same formation every time and run it? No. They ran out of all kinds of formations, whether it be 2 wide, 3 wide, 2 tight end, 1 tight end, whatever it was. People knew what runs were coming, but they didn't know when or how they were coming. It's chess moves. It's you want to anticipate the move, but then they're one step ahead of you. That's what made Peyton Manning a great quarterback. The minute that he thought that you were keying on his run, he'd hit you Dallas Clark. He'd audible under this. He'd audible under that. It's called a chess match. That's why Peyton Manning is perhaps the best chess player in football history. Just think about that. Go back to my Redskins when they won their 3 Super Bowls. They ran 2 plays, 2 running plays, 2 running play types. Let me put it that way. 50 gut, counter tray. Everybody knew if they were handing off the ball to John Riggins, or Gerald Riggs, or Ernest Biner. Sorry, dog, I'll bring Ernest Biner up. You know, it hurts Cleveland fans' heart. I think Ernest Biner won a Super Bowl for the Redskins. But anyway, I digress once again. Their bread and butter was the 50 gut and the counter tray. Simple plays. But they knew to beat you off the ball, and they said beat me. And what would they do? They pound you on 3 first downs in a row, hit you up the gut with a dot, with a gut, with a trap, whatever you want to call it. Then boom, the next first down, I know what these dudes are doing. Play action, hit you over the top of one of the Smurfs. There goes Ricky Sanders by you. There goes Gary Clark by you. Oh, you covered up the deepness? Here comes Art Monk. Possession receiver getting you. Damn. It's football. That's football. People don't understand that. People lose sight of that. The Green Bay Packers that won a Super Bowl and they went undefeated this year in the NFL. Their game is predicated on the vertical offense. They're going to attack the seams, attack the seams, attack the seams. Then right when you think you got the seams covered, they're going to hit you on the deep crossing routes. They're going to hit you with the slants underneath. So they did. They wanted to push the ball. They wanted to push the field. They wanted to make you afraid. They were going to have to Greg Jennings over the top.